These two teams have combined for 12 home runs in the first two games of this series, and this one isn't done yet. Mets leading 7-5 as we go to the bottom of the seventh. Ronny Mauricio will bat for starting Marte. DJ LeMahieu stays in the game at second base. So Mauricio, the pinch hitter, against the right-hander Scott Efros, and he hits one on the ground up the middle, a base hit. Mauricio wasting no time. Judge cuts it off. Mauricio trying for two, and he makes it safely. Ronny Mauricio bringing some electricity. It's his first Mets-Yankees series, and he was ready.
3 doubles from that leadoff spot today, Keith.
And Mendy pressing the right button here. Pinch hitting Mauricio. And the Mets are in business. This is a tight ball game. That's a big run out there.
Like the hustle. He eyed a double right out of the box.
Mauricio had some good swings yesterday as the DH. Had a hit and a couple of other hard hit balls. Now Lindor will try and move him along. And Francisco lines one into center field for a base hit. Mauricio being waved around third. It's booted in center field by Grisham. Lindor heads for second. He's in safely. Lindor with an RBI single. Grisham boots the ball. Mets lead at 8-5.
Boy, the Yankees are just stinking it up here in the field.
Grisham, a two-time Gold Glover, but this is shades of his rookie season with the Brewers when he booted the ball by Juan Soto in a postseason game that helped propel the Nationals toward their world championship.
It was a great read by Mauricio.
Yes.
He knew right away that it was a base hit. He had a little stumble coming into third, and of course Lindor heads up all the time, taking the extra base. Grisham must have tried to look up to make the throw home.
Now Javian Sandridge, the left-hander, will make his major league debut. First man he'll face in the major leagues, Juan Soto. 26-year-old Javian Sandridge's first pitch in the big leagues is low and inside to Juan Soto, ball one.
It's his third different stint with the Yankees this year, but he's not made an appearance until this afternoon.
Came through the Cincinnati and San Diego organizations, and now finally getting his first big league crack. Lindor at second and nobody out. And Soto takes fastball strike on the outside edge. Soto had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, the third of his career. Since then, he's popped up and struck out after 3 hits, including a home run yesterday. It's a good slider by Sandridge, and it's 1-2. Ryan Stanek is up in the Mets bullpen, so it looks like he is available today. If he pitches the 8th, perhaps that means Diaz is available for the 9th. 1-2. Fouled off. Ronny Mauricio, a pinch hit double. He comes home to score on Francisco Lindor's base hit, and Lindor moves up on the error by Grisham. So the Mets keep on adding on. Phillies now up 5-1 in the 9th. Mets a half game behind the Phillies starting play today. Up and away to Soto, 2-2. Alonso waiting on deck. Two coming. Just outside.
Oh, boy.
Hey, you know what this is like, Ronnie. First game in the big leagues facing a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Boy. Nerves. But Sandridge has got some good stuff. Sliders. It's probably what Soto's going to see here on the 3-2 pitch.
He could have got a third strike right there in that last pitch.
Went with the slider, and it's ball 4, and so Soto draws the walk. His 72nd. That leads the major leagues. And the Mets have 2 on with nobody out for Alonso. Pete hit a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. Went the other way with it for his 19th of the year. It was his 10th home run against the Yankees, which is now the most for any Met against the Yankees. He had been tied with David Wright. Now a chance to add to this 8-5 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Lindor at second, Soto at first, nobody out. And Alonso cracks one deep left field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Pete Alonso with his second of the day, a 3-run shot. First pitch, 3 runs. Alonso, 20 on the year, 246 now in his career. And it's 11-5 Mets.
Wow. First pitch, fastball.
Third time this year Pete's hit 2 in a game, 24th time in his career. And he's now just 6 behind Strawberry for the Mets' all-time record. So a rude baptism in the big leagues for Javian Sandridge.
First pitch, fastball, down, right, out over the plate, right down the pipe.
Curtain call for Pete. A 2-home run, 5 RBI game. Now has 73 runs batted in for the season.
Like the good old days.
Still nobody out in the inning. With 4 runs home. Nimmo takes a strike and it's 1-1.
Well, when Pete crushes it, it gets out in a hurry.
Dominguez gave it just a courtesy jog.
Coming into this game today, the Yankee bullpen in their last 7 games, here the swing from the side of Pete, so much power.
Yeah.
Kind of topspin that ball 400 feet away. ERA 9.75, 0-5, batting average against 302, OPS over 900.
Line the other way by Nimmo, toward the line but foul. Road to the record presented by Tunnel to Towers. Ever closer, just a half dozen away. Number 5, of course, is going up in the rafters right after the All-Star break to join 18. Maybe sticks around, maybe 20 will go up there one of these days too.
It certainly will.
Well, the Yankees have hit 3 home runs today, but they've all come with the bases empty. The Mets have hit 3 home runs today. Nimmo a grand slam, and Alonso a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer.
Yep. What, 10 of the 11 runs accounted for by the bomb?
Well, there have now been 13 home runs hit in this series. Yesterday, the Mets hit 3, the Yankees hit 4. Today, each team has 3. Summer baseball. And Nimmo chases a slider, and Sandridge finally gets his first big league out via the strikeout.
The Mets are a solo home run away from a team cycle.
Well, Sanders gave up his first base hit, and it would be a 3-run home run and first strikeout.
Meanwhile, the Yankees' troubles continue. They're in danger of their 6th straight loss, and the Blue Jays just won their 7th in a row, walking off in the bottom of the 11th to beat the Angels in extra innings for the 2nd straight day. So if the Yankees are unable to bounce back and win this game, they'll be 3 games behind the Jays at the end of the day.
And remember, Gary, we talked about the offense having to score and win the big games, the high-scoring games, and the Mets have done this.
Well, the Mets, when they've hit 3 or more home runs this season, have gone 15-1. The Yankees lost a game. They hit 3 or more yesterday and might again.
If they were to lose this game today and not come back, they'd be 12-6, hitting 3 home runs or more in the season.
The The Yankees went to Toronto earlier this week. They had a 3-game lead. In less than a week, they could be 3 games behind. Vientos flies one foul. The Mets know that feeling.
They were just there.
Same thing happened to them. The final in Philadelphia, the Phillies beat the Reds 5-1 behind Ranger Suarez, who's just been sublime.
It's a 2-horse race in the National League East.
Vientos down on strikes, so back-to-back strikeouts for Sandridge, and 2 out in the inning. Well, the Phillies have been getting unbelievable starting pitching. Coming into the day, their last 30 games, they're 15-15 with a 2.80 starters ERA. So they've wasted a lot of good pitches.
Yeah, they haven't hit.
But today, they backed up Suarez and won the game 5-1. Here's Torrens, who's 0 for 3. And takes a changeup outside for ball 1.
If you're an organization that's looking for a left-handed starter, free agent, Framber Valdez or Ranger Suarez?
Yeah, I don't think they'll be available at the deadline. I mean, the Astros have been unbelievable. I mean, they're blowing away that AL West without Yordan Alvarez. See what Christian Walker did last night?
Yeah.
2-0 pitch. Fouled away. Christian Walker homered at Dodger Stadium. The 6th straight game that he has homered at Dodger Stadium. If you were to hit a home run tonight, he would do something nobody in the history of the game has ever done, which is hit home runs in 7 straight road games against the same team. Never been done. Up and away to Torrens, 3-1.
Remember earlier in the year when the Mets opened in Houston, Walker was was a little banged up.
He had a couple of rough months.
Yep.
Torrens fouls back the fastball, 3-2.
The thing that's amazing about Houston is that teams always talk about having a core of players and keeping those core players together. They've lost Springer, Correa, Bregman, Tucker. That doesn't even include all the pitchers they've lost.
But they still have Altuve.
They do.
And Jeremy Pena is having his best year.
And this youngster, Cam Smith, right field that they got from the Cubs for Tucker, he might be a superstar someday.
Torrens is 0 for 3 today. Hit a fly ball to the wall and left that Dominguez made a jumping catch on back in the first. Starling's fired up. And Torrens tried to lay off and he stopped it in time. Ball 4. So the inning continues. Second walk issued by Sandridge. Check out the road ahead presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. One more in this series tomorrow. And yes, indeed, a 3rd straight Mets-Yankees game on SNY. First pitch 1:40 tomorrow. Then it's off to Baltimore for 3 and Kansas City for 3, which takes us to the All-Star break. Mets know they're going to have one All-Star in Francisco Lindor, who will be the starting shortstop for the National League. You have to figure Alonso, Diaz, Soto, right?
Yep.
Are going to make
you got
the team. I mean, outside chance maybe for Peterson.
Things change so much in the All-Star game now because the extra guys will be taken and then some guys decide not to go or they can't go or they're injured. There's a lot of shuffling late.
2-0 to McNeil. And fastball on the corner, 2-1. Jeff's gone 0 for 3, 2 bullets, and then a fly ball to left. Mets have 11 runs on only 8 hits. And that one hits him on the helmet.
I think it got his shoulder. It was a hanging breaking ball.
It might have hit the shoulder and then the helmet, but it definitely hit plastic. You could hear it.
And it was a hanging breaker.
A rookie pitcher in his major league debut. It's the last thing anybody wants.
Yep, you ricocheted off the bill of his cap.
Unfortunately, the shoulder took a little bit of the sting out of it.
Yes, a little glancing blow on the shoulder.
It's twice he's been hit in the shoulder, right, in the last week or so?
Yep. The other day against Milwaukee.
Austin Wells asked him if he was all right, catch for the Yankees after he had his own experience getting hit with a ball in the head today.
It's a nightmare debut for young Sandridge.
And Aaron Boone's heading out to the mound. Going to take the ball from Sandridge. He'll bring somebody else in. So Sandridge gets a couple of outs, but along the way walks a couple, hits McNeil on the shoulder and the helmet, and gives up a 3-run homer to Alonso. We'll be right back.
And he gets booed.
That's driven deep down the left field line toward the stands. It's out of here. Pete Alonso wins it with a walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the 10th, and the Mets yank it out 9-7.
Nobody in the stands.
Well, there was, but they were AI cardboard cutouts.
AI. Well, that was a big home run for Pete against the Yankees. He's hit 2 of them today. JT Brubaker, 3 years removed from pitching for the Pirates.
Yeah, had Tommy John surgery in 2023, missed all 2024, missed the beginning of most of this season with rib fractures.
Yeah, he got hit by a comebacker first week of spring training and missed the first 3 months. Tyrone Taylor, the batter, and hits one down to third. Chisholm's got it. His play is to second for the Forest, and that retires the side. But the Mets break this game open 11-5 as we go to the 8th.